So I think we are just settling in again, 3 or 4 breaths, paying close attention to the inhale through the nostrils. The exhale is the softening or the relaxation of the body, right? So wherever it is that you're holding on to tension, just allow that to soften, allow that to unfold. So it's interesting, in life, a lot of people, I don't know, it's like, um, I see something, people always want to know, how is it that you make things happen, right? So we make manifest. We're in charge of our own existence. We're in charge of creating our own lives. We're in charge of paying attention to what's happening. So over the last few days, I've had a couple of conversations with people because I'm not one to necessarily allow the opportunities to pass by. And I was trying to figure out, exactly what that quality was. What part of making things happen are in my nature. And what I came to realize was that it's all about alignment, right? If you are introduced to something, whether it's an idea in your head or something that you try or experience for the first time, and it feels right, it feels really connected to you, it feels like it makes sense. I think what happens is a lot of times people then start to get fearful, like fear kicks in, and you start to tell yourself, well, what if this doesn't work out? Or what if this is not the right thing? Or, maybe I shouldn't. And you never really give yourself an opportunity to fully explore it. So, in my conversations, I think that what happens is when I feel like something makes sense, I continue along that path to see if things continue to unfold. Right. So sometimes I'm exposed to something, I think it makes sense, and I continue in that direction, and all of a sudden I'm noticing like doors aren't opening, or the road is closed, or and that's okay, because I've then explored that and realized that's not necessarily for me right now, but it's seeds planted. The other, or the flip side of the coin, is when you take that initial resistance and you kind of push it aside and you go forward with what it is you think feels right or sounds right or makes sense, and you start to notice that the doors are opening and that things are continuing to click, and that every time you turn the corner it makes more sense, right? That's where the action point comes in. So I think so often, more often than not, we close ourselves off before we have the opportunity to see if we're aligned with it. So I'm calling this theory like aligning and allowing, right? So we align ourselves with something, and we take a couple of steps in that direction, right? What's a couple of steps? A couple of steps can't hurt you. A couple of steps can just open your awareness. And if we're not attached to the outcome, then we can't be disappointed or frustrated. So we take a couple of steps in the direction of the thing that feels aligned with us. And then we see from there if the doors are opening, if we're allowing, right? If we're allowing things to come our way, if the universe is allowing things to come our way, if things continue to feel aligned, then you continue to move. So a perfect example for me is real estate lately. I had an epiphany about, wanting to sell something without necessarily having a plan. But, I made a phone call to the realtor, and, she's like, oh, yeah, it'll sell. Well, of course it'll sell. The market is really hot. But if it sells, what do I do? And she says, well, my 2-bedroom condo is going to be available in 6 weeks. And you go, okay. So now that's making more sense. So rather than getting stuck in where am I going to live, I continue to explore opening or selling or creating. And then, see, other people are feeling this, right? So I'm continuing to explore that, and things are starting to fall into place. That's alignment. Alignment is when things fall into place, because you're headed in the direction that you're supposed to. So when we allow, ended up here, right. When we allow ourselves to be open and to not buy into that initial resistance, it starts to click. So tonight we're just going to practice settling in. We're going to practice relaxing. We're going to practice allowing, right? Instead of trying to predict or trying to force or trying to understand or trying to make sense, we're just going to move to a place of alignment with what feels right, feels in your heart, and then moving in that direction and seeing how it unfolds. Alignment and allowing. So let's take a nice deep breath. Fill your body with breath. On the exhale, relax your jaw, soften the muscles on your face, let the shoulders drop away from your ears, and just be present. So you can close your eyes. Nice deep inhale. Again, we use the nostrils as part of the respiratory system on the inhale, and then follow the same path on the exhale. There's an activation that happens. There's an awareness. There's an opening. There's a creation. Maybe if you're lucky enough to hear the sounds of nature that I hear, you relax into those as well. Spring's on its way. Nice deep inhale through the nose, exhale the same path, softening or relaxing. Release and let go of something that you might have been holding on to, whether it's a thought or an idea or a physical part of your body. You know where you hold tension, and it's not always in the physical body. Nice deep inhale fills the body with breath. And on the exhale, allow your body to soften. So the eyes can be closed. Relax and soften the muscles on your face. Release the brow, relax the jaw. Nice deep inhale. And soft, gentle exhale, softening, relaxing, allowing. So we call that the allowing part. The inhale is the exploration of the body and feeling the expansion and creating the space. And the exhale is allowing things to fall into place. So continue with that nice, deep, diaphragmatic breathing, the one that fuels and feeds your body, the one that calms and soothes your mind, the one that allows you to relax. And we talk about allowing as things falling into place. I must remind you that they don't always fall into place as you planned. But if you look in your rearview mirror, you'll notice that they've all fallen into place. So sometimes our best laid plans are interrupted or detoured or sidetracked so that we have an opportunity to explore and experience other things that we need to know on our path, on our trip, on our journey. Nice deep inhale, fill the body with breath. Exhale softly, gently release and allow. So continue to follow your breath in and out of your body. I know that the mind is a constantly working thing, but if we can focus our attention, either one of two ways, you can focus your attention on the breath and try to eradicate the chatter or release the thoughts, or you can focus on something you'd like to allow. So if there's something in particular that you're leaning into or working towards or dreaming about or thinking about, maybe you draw your attention to that, and on the inhale you create space for that, and on the exhale you release all of that resistance around it. You move the resistance to allowing. Nice deep inhale, fill the body with breath. And on the exhale, allow the body to relax around it, allow the mind to soften, allow the resistance to kind of fade. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, softly, gently release. Nice deep inhale. The exhale allows you to just kind of drop it down a level, just, take it down a notch. Imagine that your inhale is creating opportunities and your exhale is releasing the blockage. Imagine that your inhale validates your self-worth and your exhale allows those things to come to you. So much of the time, resistance is surrounded or driven by value. By value. Are we worthy? Am I worthy enough of that kind of opportunity? Am I worthy enough of that which I desire? So I want you to use your breath to remind you that not only are you worthy, but you are worthy and deserving. So that inhale reminds you of the strength and power of your body, of the alignment with the things that are important to you. And the exhale allows you to move beyond, to move towards those things, beyond the resistance. So there's something I'm aligning myself with that I'm allowing to unfold, and I'm deserving. I'm worthy. We need to work more of that into our vocabulary every day. And not necessarily the vocabulary we speak outside of ourselves, but certainly the vocabulary that we use when we speak to ourselves. I'm aligning myself, nice deep inhale, I'm aligning myself with something of value. I'm allowing it to come to me or to unfold. And I'm worthy. I deserve it. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, soften. So on the inhale, we're creating space for that which we're wishing to attract, we're aligning ourselves with. And on the exhale, we're softening around it, allowing it to unfold, noticing, just noticing. Hey, it's either lining up or it's putting me in a different direction. Can't get it wrong. Can't get it wrong. And you're worthy. And sometimes on our path of worthiness and self-discovery, we find out that we undershot it, right? We were desiring something, but the universe said, no, you're worthy of so much more. So we're going to just keep moving around that in the next direction. But it's a good thing you started on this path because that allowed us to show you what's next. And it's even greater than you imagined. Nice deep inhale, fill your body with breath. And on the exhale, let go of resistance and continue to allow. Because you're worthy, because you deserve it. Nice deep inhale fills the body with breath. On the exhale, find a spot that you're holding on to. We go back to that resistance. We go back to that stressor or that tightness. And I want you to soften and relax around it. The exclamation point is, I am worthy. I can create and have and do all of the things that I deem important to me. And each and every one of you can say the same for you. Stay with the breath. Stay with the alignment to the things that feel right. And stay in a space of allowing them to unfold. Where's your breath? Recognize it. Deepen the inhale, create more space. The more space you create, the more you can allow. Meditation is really just another term for awareness, for aligning yourself with who you really are, for understanding what's important to you. And also just the understanding that everyone comes from a different place with a different perspective and is seeking different opportunities. We're not in competition with each other. We're all one. We're joining with each other and lifting each other up and holding space for each other. Nice deep inhale, fill that body with breath. Exhale, imagine a world full of people who live in comfortable confidence with who they are and are okay with allowing everyone to be who they are. We had a world full of authentic selves. What a fabulous place it would be. Locate that breath. Soften that body. Allow your heart and your mind and your physical body to move in the direction of those things that you dream about. Those things that feel super important to you. And for as many people as we have in here tonight, we have as many different things that are important. Pay attention to yours. Love yours. Love yourself. Understand your value and your worth. Equate it or relate it to your passion. You'll feel that moment of alignment. We all know it. Things are clicking. They're falling into place. They're moving right along. It feels like the flow. It feels uninterrupted. And then something will happen and we'll have to work through the resistance again. And that's okay. It's part of the path. It's part of the path. Sometimes we have to figure out what we want by really knowing what it is that we don't want. Discomfort is good. It moves us. Feeling aligned is great. It allows us to trust. Nice deep inhale, fill the body with breath. Don't lose it. Exhale softly, gently release. Allow. Remind yourself, I'm worthy. Changing that inner dialogue changes the outer experience. And it's practice. And it's practice. The inner dialogue is ingrained. The inner dialogue is something that we have been fine-tuning for a very long time, not necessarily in the direction of our dreams. So we have to reevaluate. We use the breath. It resets. The brain goes off into that dialogue about, whatever it is that holds you back. And that dialogue, you've experienced it. And you pause and you say, oh, wait, hold on. I don't have to go there. I'm in charge of my thoughts. If I take a nice deep breath, I can choose to relax into my body and go in a different direction. I can choose a different thought. I can choose not to react in the way that I always do, and maybe respond from a different place, from my heart. Maybe no response is the response. And I can choose that too. Don't have to defend myself. Don't have to explain myself. I just have to know within myself that what I believe has value to me and that I have value to add. Nice deep inhale. Fill the body with breath. And on the exhale, softly, gently release. This time is a gift. It's a gift and an opportunity to shift. Shift your awareness, shift your thinking, shift your physical tension, shift your emotional attachments. This is why we practice. We practice stillness. We practice self-awareness so that we can practice tapping into this alignment with who we really are, this alignment with what's really important to us. And then we trust, otherwise known as allowing. Allowing. Let's go back to that breath. Go back to that original thought or desire or something that you are aligning yourself with. Something that you're interested in knowing more about or moving towards or exploring or becoming. And take a nice deep inhale and feel that wash over you. Imagine what it feels like to be that. To touch that, to hold that, to have that, to know that, to have that touch you. And on the exhale, release into it and allow it. So the nice deep inhale allows that to wash over you, that which you desire, that which you're aligning yourself with, that which is really important to you. And you feel yourself in that moment. Whatever it is. And on the exhale, you just settle right in and allow it. Allow it. And don't forget the exclamation point, I'm worthy. Of course you're worthy. You're a human being who's been gifted this life to have these experiences that lead you closer to your purpose, that lead you closer to your authentic self, that lead you closer to the things that you most desire. The things that are most important, and the alignment to it is all about feeling the connection to it. When you are connected to it and it feels right, then push through the resistance and see what happens at the next step. And with that step feels aligned, you know what, then push through the resistance and feel what happens at the next step. How does that feel? Am I still aligned? Am I looking left? Am I looking right? Am I noticing? What are the opportunities that have presented themselves because I broke through that first barrier or that second barrier? Because it's all out there for you. You just have to be willing to allow, otherwise known as trust. Nice deep inhale fills the body with breath. And on the exhale, you remind yourself this is the ingredient that you are worthy. Take a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, remind yourself that you deserve this, that this is what feels right for you. Nice deep inhale. On the exhale, soften. Allow your body to relax. Here's your body in its natural state of relaxation and allowing. You're open mind, open heart, physically relaxed. This is a perfect time to explore those things that you dream about, that are really important to you. So your breath is the catalyst that allows it. The sensation is what makes you move. The awareness is what draws your attention to it. The alignment is what you recognize as your purpose or making sense to you. We need to be flexible in allowing ourselves the opportunity to push past those barriers, those self-imposed barriers. You're worth it. You are worthy. So we started with 3 or 4 or 5 nice, big, deep, diaphragmatic breaths. Let's come back to that. Come back to that. Fill the body completely. Create the space for the opportunity. And on the exhale, just allow yourself to melt into it. Ride that wave of your breath. Focus on the breath. Focus on the softening and allowing. Focus on the creation and the invigoration. It's all right here. It's all inside of you. Aligning and allowing. And when you've completed the number of cycles of breath that feel right for you, it's about knowing what's right for you. Welcome to add some movement into your body or not. Welcome to open your eyes or not. I personally want to thank you for showing up tonight. I think it's really important that we show up for ourselves.